With the holidays behind us, the Shreveport Mudbugs are back in town and back in our studio here for Mudbug Wednesday. Joining us this afternoon is defenseman Bodie Wise and forward Ryan Barrett, two new faces here on Mudbug Wednesday. So with that in mind, guys, let's start by telling our viewers a little bit about yourselves, where you're from, stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm obviously, like you said, thank you for introducing me. I'm from Johnstown, Pennsylvania. It's my first year with the Mudbugs.
There you go. We got a Penn State grad right there, so she's fired up. What about you, Ryan?
My name is Ryan Barrett. I'm from London, Ontario, Canada, and I also play for the Mudbugs.
So neither of you guys will be disturbed by this winter weather at all?
No, not at all.
Definitely not.
And the boys were getting a little kick out of us kind of freaking out about some, maybe a little flurry here and there, so that's funny, having a good time there. But on a serious note, things are going to be heating up in George's Pond this weekend. You got the first place team in the South, Corpus Christi, coming in. Now, you took two of three the last time you played these guys. You know, I'm sure with the first place team in town, Coach Soupy doesn't have to do a lot to motivate you guys.
No, yeah, I think everyone kind of gets the job at hand. We're ready to go this weekend. Obviously, big opportunity to pick away at the division here and two more big games. And
with the first place team in your own building, I mean, how important is that going to be?
Yeah, it'll be loud for sure. Definitely a good environment.
Yeah,
but it'll be big games for us.
For sure. We know how rowdy those crowds can get there. So now, of course, you want to make up some ground there. You want that home ice advantage in the playoffs. But when you look at the division, you sit at third right now. There's not a lot separating you guys from that fourth and fifth team there. You know these games are big. You're playing the first place team. But when you get to this time of the year, every game, I assume, every point is critical.
Yeah, for sure. You know, just like you said, there's not a big gap there. So playing every game, you know, similar to like if our backs were up against the wall and just knowing that, you know, there's not much room for error. Right. If we lose, there's teams picking at our heels. We're waiting to take our spot in the rankings. So every game we just got to play it as, you know, we're trying to chip away at the lead.
And Ryan, the South has just been so tight. This division is so good. The champion seems to always come from this. Mm-hmm. How tough are these games week in and week out?
Definitely super tough. Every game's pretty much like you're playing for the championship, it feels like. So.
Yeah, and it's fun to watch for us for sure. Now, we've been doing this all year, a little Hockey 101 for a lot of our viewers who aren't as familiar with the sport. We've covered icing, we've covered fighting. I can't remember the other thing, but I know one thing we haven't covered, and as a hockey guy myself, it is the #1 question I get from fans. What in the world is offside?
Yeah, no, it's pretty tricky. I get that question from a lot of people. So offsides is basically just when a player without the puck or a player in general crosses the offensive blue line before the puck does. So, right. You know, it basically just eliminates any sort of like cherry picking or any odd man rushes. That way you have to move up as a unit.
And if you're familiar with soccer, it's the same conceptually, except the blue line represents that last line of defenders.
Yeah,
correct?
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect. And guys, again, we appreciate you coming in and teaching us a little hockey. You can see these guys 7-11 Friday and Saturday night. They'll take on first place Corpus Christi.